Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about upcoming September Equinox. This is the autumn equinox, which is bringing us a great balance between dark and light, great balance between day and night. And I want to give you an intuitive, energetic update, so how to prepare yourself energetically, spiritually for this upcoming new chapter. So first of all, the September equinox or southward equinox is the moment when the sun appears to cross the celestial equator, heading southward. Due to differences between the calendar year and the tropical year, the September equinox may occur anytime from September 21st to September 24th. And this time we have it on September 23rd. So my friends, on the equinox, day and night are in equilibrium. So it's an important reminder because this is a powerful day when it comes to that balance. When it comes to great balance of energies, of yin and yang, dark and light. And if we prepare ourselves energetically, we can align ourselves with that great balance, and it can help us to step to that next stage of our lives. So we can find in any ancient traditions, people were celebrating this day as something really important, as a day which resets a little bit all those energies, everything that went out of balance a little bit, and we can set some new pillars. We can set a great new start for something new, something that is really important to us. So my friends, as everything is about balance, dark and light, masculine and feminine, inner and outer, it's all about balance. And we all know that bringing darkness to the end will create light and new beginning on the other side. So death is something that is required for that something to be reborn, right? And whatever you're facing with right now that you want to let go of, it needs to die first. So we are in the zone right now where there's a lot of chaos, a lot of heavy energies, and we've been talking a lot about this. So the beauty of that is that everything is coming to the surface, and you can decide what will you do with that. So it's not just about setting intentions, I want that heaviness to go, but it's actually a greater awareness of that heaviness, what it is teaching you, what kind of patterns are coming to the center of your awareness, and what will you do with that? Because, for example, if we recognize that we've started repeating certain toxic habits, what are toxic habits? Something that is not healthy for us on a long term. We've recognized that maybe in the past we were living healthier, but we've fallen into certain patterns. And right now we feel like the consequences of what we're doing. And you may feel like feeling those heavier energies, but what is happening, you're becoming more aware of what is not serving you anymore. And intention will not help you to deal with that if you're not taking actions on finding a greater way to live your life. What is a greater way to live your life? Well, something that can spark more joy, more fulfillment, more blissfulness in your moment-by-moment experiences of life. So truly pay attention to what is coming up during this time, because on September 23rd, we'll have that moment of great balance, where everything can align for you and you can start initiating that new path. So this is a time of reflection right now, a deep introspection, and we were talking a lot about this. So if you remind yourself that all things must die before they can be reborn, it is for this reason that all spiritual ascent requires descent first. We are a reflection of the universe that surrounds us. So what takes place outside of us also takes place within us. So when we want to experience certain changes outside of us, we need to recognize what within ourselves is not supporting those changes that we wish to see. So it is a moment right now to recognize what patterns, what feelings, what emotions, and deeper, what beliefs, and even deeper, what thoughts does not support changes you wish to see outside of you. Because the great web of life, as Native Americans called it, in ancient Egypt, it was called net. It's a divine matrix, a field, a quantum field, a source, however we want to call it. It always responds to who we are on that mental and emotional level. So however we align our minds and bodies, that's what we project to that great net web of life. And if we're not paying attention to how we are thinking most of the time, it will be really hard to understand our emotional system. And I want to talk about this more because if we don't understand our emotional system, we'll most often be victims of certain circumstances which may trigger how we think, which will trigger how we feel. So if we pay attention to what's happening within our energetic field, we'll recognize that there's some tension, there's some joy, there's some happiness, there's some sadness. Things may be all over the place. And it's up on us to put things in greater alignment, to put things in greater balance. So we need to learn how to use our minds more consciously, right? How to use our minds more carefully, actually. How to think greater thoughts, how to develop uplifting beliefs, and how to elevate and clear our emotions. Because we all know that if we are not dealing with the past with gratitude, compassion, and forgiveness, we'll carry on pain in our backpacks. And those backpacks are, of course, unseen, so most people are ignoring it until it becomes so heavy that it starts manifesting in the body as a certain disease. So as we start paying more attention to who we are right at this moment, we actually recognize how much we can change. And I'm talking about this right now because this autumn equinox is all about recognizing everything you went through and how much progress you've created until now. How much of changes happened in your life until now. And I'm talking about positive changes. Of course, the world is changing and everything sometimes seems like it's all going crazy. But at the same time, because of that, it just initiated a powerful transformation within all of us. And we can, of course, ignore it and push it away, like, I'm okay, no thank you to everything that's happening. Or we can embrace the changes and we can see, well, what can I do about this right now? Can I help to transform this world into a better place? Can I provide something that could help in this process to maybe to a friend of mine, to a family member, to your partner, or whoever? Is there something you could embrace more of to help somebody to raise their spirits a little bit? Because it's all about finding more light in ourselves and enlightening the parts of ourselves which are still kinda hidden in the darkness. And that's what we call a shadow work, where we go deeper into our shadow side, what we were suppressing, what we were ignoring and pushing aside so nobody would see those parts of ourselves. And we slowly turn on some light there. And we recognize that it's actually okay if we did something wrong in the past. If we would knew how to do things better, we would do things better. And we start paying more attention to what is actually bothering us, and not what somebody else's problem, but what can we do about ourselves so we could feel better, right? So deep introspection can help us to recognize what is not in alignment with our soul. And that's where we start digging deeper. And that's where we can lead something to an end so we can create a new beginning. So where we find a certain limited belief which is truly blocking our transformation, we can put it onto the surface, we can write it down so we can see, okay, I truly don't want to believe into that anymore. And we decide, well, I will change it for this one. And we write a new belief. And to install a new belief, for example, into our subconscious minds is required a repetition. That's why in any spiritual practice, we need to be consistent with that. Otherwise, it will not have any great impact onto your electromagnetic field. So whatever you do, you need to be consistent for it. It's same as medication. You need to be consistent. Your doctor will say use it for 30 days, use it for 60 days, use it for 12 months, whatever it is. Because everything, in order to manifest changes, we need to be consistent. Energy requires consistency so it can manifest. And the equinox is reminding us of the great reset of our system and grounding our roots back to its core to recognize how much we've lost the sense of the truth of who we are and how much we are embodying the truth of who we are. Do we know ourselves? Do we know who we are? Do we know what we want? If not, why not? What you're lacking, so you've forgotten or you're not paying attention to what you need, what you want, and who you want to be. So, my friends, in the next days, pay more attention to yourself. There are some things you can do, and the first one is to make a list of gratitude and celebrate your progress. This will help you firstly to see a positive side of your life more often. And as we practice gratitude, we just become more grateful. And as we become more grateful, we see more things to be grateful for. And when we see more things to be grateful for, we just become even more grateful. And that's where we start attracting more things to be grateful for. And the thing that I mentioned before, the web of life, we can communicate with that web. And that web is actually listening when we align our thoughts and feelings, thoughts and emotions. Which means that intention is not enough if it's not supported with emotion. So gratitude is so powerful because firstly we start appreciating what we have, what is around us. So we calm down our energy and we open our hearts. But then we can start setting gratitude for the things which are about to come, for the things we want to experience. And that's how we start communicating with the field, communicating with the source to provide us what we need in order to become who we are meant to be. That's why we need to be sure what we want, not just on that egoistic level, like I just want more money, I want that car and that house. We need to know exactly what we want, like what can help us to be who we truly want to be on that heart level desire, who we are meant to be, what I need. Like for example, when I've started painting, I said to myself, well, I want to be more financially free so I can create more, so I can focus on creating and not on the bills and everything that comes with that. And the universe provided, not as soon as I decided that, but eventually. So I can do more of what I truly need to do, what I truly want to do, and what is my purpose, my mission, what's my calling, right? So we need to know what we want. And to make a gratitude list will just help you to see more of the progress you're making right at this moment, and also be grateful for the things you want to attract in your life. It's nothing wrong with material things. We're living in material dimensions, so we are here to enjoy material things. But if we are not sure what is bringing us that sense of fulfillment, we may lose ourselves in material things because they bring us a sense of joy and happiness and satisfaction and pleasure. That's why it's so easy to lose ourselves in it. But if we have a core and strong roots attached to it, we'll never forget who we are, so we can use everything to play a little bit, to enjoy a little bit, to have fun. So it's all good, my friends. The second thing that can help you to align your energies, to reflect on hard moments right now and in the next days until September 23rd. Reflect on hard moments and see how much you've grown. It's time to clear the way for new beginnings, my friend. So reflect the hard moments right now and truly pay attention how much you've grown because of those hard moments. Because it's not that we grow in easy moments. In easy moments we chill, right? We relax, we meditate. But in hard moments, that's where we grow. Remember the rose which grows through the concrete? That's where we grow. That's where we build that muscle, strength. And that's what is actually building up our souls and characters. So reflect on hard moments and see how much you've grown, because you may start crying out of gratitude, because you will notice that so much or so many things that happened in your life actually help you to see how strong you are. And that is to me something that is really, really important. So pay attention to that. The third thing is to write a message to your past self with a sense of forgiveness. This one is so life-changing. So what I mean by that, take a piece of paper, or you can write a message on your phone, like a message to your past self, like an older version of yourself, maybe 10 years ago, or even 20 or 30 years ago, depends on how old you are, like a message to your inner child with a sense of forgiveness. Forgive yourself for everything heavy you did to you. Any negative thought you were thinking, any negative belief you were holding on, any negative action or habit you had that maybe made certain outcomes which you are not proud of or you're not proud of. It's time to forgive. You know, that's where we are creating that death of those toxic patterns, toxic energy that is not helping us anymore. So we can give a rebirth to a fresh new version of ourselves. So learn to forgive yourself, and writing a message to your old self is a really helpful practice. So think about it and truly take time with it. Truly. And I want you to write in the comments below, after you will do it, how do you feel? Maybe you can just inspire somebody that they will try it as well, because I can tell you it is so powerful. I've tried it before and I will definitely do it one more time, because every single day we can find more things to forgive to ourselves. The same as we can find more things to be grateful for, we always can find more things to forgive. So forgiveness is something that truly brings us that sense of liberation and freedom. Then the fourth thing that will truly help you to align your energies to recognize where you need the most balance, and how will you work on that on this next chapter. After this equinox, it's time to put things into action in the way to build more balance in our lives. So as equinox is that great, we could call it an event which is teaching us to balance ourselves. And when it comes to balance, we need to pay attention in our lives what is out of balance, or where we are falling out of balance and why. What are the reasons? Are those certain emotional attachments? Are those certain wounds, like emotional wounds, something in our childhood maybe happened that caused us to be always out of balance, because we need to be prepared, and we need to always be in that fight or flight state, because in other case maybe something heavy or unhealthy can happen to us. We need to take care of that, because maybe you're not in that situation anymore where you should always be in that fight or flight state, and that is pulling you out of balance. Maybe there are certain thoughts which are pulling you out of balance, like reasons why you feel unworthy, reasons why you can't follow your dreams, reasons why you think you are not capable of doing what you actually want to do, or reasons why you always don't have time for what your heart is calling you. So many things may put us out of balance, and once we recognize what is actually pulling us out of that beautiful state, it's much easier to work on that. And then we also need to decide, how will we change that, right? What will be the thing we'll work on? Will we work on our mindset? Will we work on our emotions? Will we meditate more and express gratitude? Will we be balancing our energy centers, for example? I would recommend Blessings of the Energy Centers by Dr. Joe Dispenza, because it's truly a powerful meditation and it can help you so much to balance your centers. And if you want to do it by yourself, every time you go into meditation and when you calm down your body, just focus on each energy center and awaken a ball of light in it. It will help you to awaken it will help you to awaken the center, to activate the energy in it. And again, if you will be consistent, like month after month after month with it, eventually you will notice so many results. You will feel more in balance, you will feel more grounded, you will feel more creative, you will feel stronger because your energy will be stronger. You will feel like you have more control over your empathic senses, which means that you can disconnect from sensing thoughts and emotions of others, if that's the case that you're an empath, because you will learn how to activate and deactivate certain senses, certain vibrational senses, how to calm down your mind, how to stop thinking, because when you're not thinking, you can't sense thoughts of others. You can only sense thoughts of others because you're thinking. And that's where your field starts interacting with the fields around you, and you start sensing the energy of other people. So once we learn to control our minds, the way that when we decide that right now we'll not think, we'll maybe observe, or we'll just be in that inner quietness, we learn to disconnect from energies which are not serving us at certain moment. Empathic abilities are so incredible because they can help us to help others. But when we don't want to use them, we also need to learn how to turn them off. And that can help you so much with that work if you're an empath. I will make probably another video just about that because it may be really helpful, so let me know in the comments below. And the last thing I want to also give you here with this Equinox is a 21-21 challenge. I call it 21-21 challenge. Me and Maya are doing it all the time. It's for changing our belief system. So how it works: you take a block and you decide one mantra, one intention that you will be writing for 21 days, 21 times. So what it means. For example, you take a word, I feel, or let's say, I am honest and true to myself. Let's say you're using this mantra and you write it for 21 times, 21 days. We are doing it usually in the morning. We wake up and that's one of the first things. I do it usually after my meditation because my mind is clear, my energy is strong and pure, and that's where I do it. So what happens every time I was doing it for finances, I was doing it for health, I was doing it for this YouTube channel, I was doing it for relationships, I was doing it for my spiritual connection, and I was doing it for many different things. And every time I finished it, like 21 days, I started sensing difference within my belief system. And months after that, things started manifesting. So usually it doesn't manifest immediately, depends on of what you're working on, but eventually it will, because you've firstly programmed something new into your mind. Then it also helps us to raise our emotions, because we repeat a sentence for 21 times. It's actually a lot. And we feel it as we are writing it, we feel it physically. And then when we look at those 21 sentences, we've repeated them 21 times, we put it on that repeat, right? The same as a certain song starts playing in our minds and we can't stop it. It same can happen with a certain intention. And that's where we start feeling it, like it's already present. And that's where we start producing that strong vibrational effect. And eventually we manifest it. So I call it this 21-21 challenge. I don't know if it has another name, but it truly works and it is truly powerful. Of course, you need to find practices which can work for you, but the autumn equinox is really great time to start doing that. After the equinox, start on that for 21 days, or even go further for 30 days maybe, and see what will happen. So my friends, this is it for today. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings and power. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. One more time, I'm sharing Phoenix with you because it's all about a second birth right now. Giving an end or a death to what is not serving us anymore, so it can give birth to something new, something more empowering, more incredible, more blissful, whatever it is, you know better than anybody else. So my friends, till next time, thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop. I Draw My Passion. You're all truly appreciated. To everyone who needs some daily reminders, go and check out my Instagram page, AttractPassion, where I'm sharing daily messages. And my other Instagram page, I Draw My Passion, where you can find my art. Thanks, and see you there. Till next time, one more time, one love.